G'day, welcome back to another episode of Togl. Kay and I are just heading up to the block at the moment. We've had a few nice dry days and that means the ground's dried out up there a bit, so it's going to make it easier to get onto the block. So we've got the dogs loaded and we're hoping to get a good day's worth of work up there. So several tasks that we've got to get done today. Hopefully we'll get through most of them, but sit back, relax, and we'll see how much we get done. Okay, so we've been up on the block now for about half an hour. We had a few little things to get done, unloaded and packed and whatnot. What we have done is we've put our barbecue that we had up here at the block, we've chucked that up on the trailer. We're going to take that back to the house and start making use of that. Didn't need it at the other one because it was fully furnished and they actually had a barbecue there. So now we've got ours. Now the other thing we've done is one of those veggie patches that I got a few weeks back. We decided we're going to take one of those, possibly a second one as well, back down to the house and set up some small veggie patches down there for our use. Now one of the techniques that we've seen on a few videos is something, if I'm not mistaken, called Togl culture, and it's basically where you put a lot of dead timber and logs in the bottom of your bed and then build up on top of that. So what we're doing at the moment, Kay's just grabbing some of the branches and wood off of this tree that we had taken down. We're just loading that into the trailer too, and that's going to form the base. We'll also go up and we'll get some of that old hay. You remember episodes back when I dragged those big round bales of hay out of the dam, so we've still got some of that hay up there that's just all weather worn, starting to break down, which is great. It's exactly what we want for in there, in the veggie patch. The dogs are just playing in the background. Where are they? Playing with each other. Anyway, so yeah, we're just going to load a bit more of this up. We'll load some hay in there and then that's ready for when we leave at the end of the day. Then we'll get on with some other tasks, which will most likely be getting some more work done on the shelter over the timber mill. Alrighty, so that's all loaded up. So we're just going to head up here now. The other week, Kay and I dragged a big post out of the bush behind me there. I was going to say scrub. Scrub is Aussie for bush. So we dragged this big log out. It's going to be our top beam, one of the top beams on the roof that's going over the timber mill, and it is 12 meters long. It's this big sucker right behind us. That guy there. That's what I've been building those brackets for, to be able to hoist that up, because the tractor would struggle with that. So what we've got to do is we've got to finish taking the bark off it, and there is a crack in it as well that I found. It's only about 2 meters from the end and it runs down the log, not so much across the log. So I'm just going to whack a couple of bolts through just to secure that and make sure it doesn't split any further. So once we've got the bark off it and I've got those bolts in, then we'll drag it around, and then I'm going to show you those brackets that I've made. I'm going to see if this plan works. Okay, we've finished stripping the bark off of this log. Now you can actually see more clearly now. This is the crack. So it's split through there, comes across, does a zigzag here, and then just splits down there just a little bit, just to about there. So it's just this crack down through here. So I'll put one bolt right through here, I think, and then I'll put one bolt through here, and that'll just help secure this up. It is right on the end, so there's not going to be a lot of pressure on that anyway. So that's what I'll get done now. All right, another task for this afternoon. I'm gonna have to sharpen up that chain. She's getting a bit blunt. Kay's just bringing the tractor up for me. All right, I gotta get this second bolt through. noticed up here just before, these are our pepperberry trees. Look at all the flowers. These are all the buds. This is when the flowers are opening up and the trees covered in them. So hopefully, and there's a lot of the trees that do have those flowers on them, so hopefully we're going to get a lot of pepperberries this season, which would be nice. If each flower turns into a pepperberry, she'll be loaded. This tree over here, they're just starting to break out now. It's just a little bit behind the other one. Okay, so that's the log in place now. We're just going to stop, take a break, have some lunch. Then after lunch, we need to cut some pads on that log so that it can sit up on top of those beams. I'll show you about that. Now I will just quickly show you these brackets that I've made because they're ready to go too. Okay, so this is what we're going to bolt onto the post, and then the rope can come up across the top, drop down. Okay, and that's going to lift the log up on this side. Where the rope drops down, that's where this guy comes into play. So this one I will bolt at the bottom of the post, so the rope will come down into there, come out there. Basically what it means is I'll have one rope coming down here, one rope over on the other post. Both ropes are coming across the ground to the exact same point. That's where I'm going to have the car over there with the winch pull that way. Hopefully log lifts up. Should be all good. We'll see how we go anyway. But first we're going to go and have some lunch.
Hey?
Yeah, a bit of a gap where that lifts up, it lifts up a bit too high. That's right, I can pack some wood underneath it. That's cool, I'll do that. I'll pack wood underneath it. So what I just did was I run a string line from one end to the other. It gives me a straight line. Then I know, because as the log waves, all I got to do is cut up to the string line when I cut out my flat pieces that are going to sit across the top. One of the areas is just a little bit higher, so I'm going to have to pack that up with a little bit of wood, but that's okay, we can get past that. The other three are going to sit on there nicely.
Some smoke comes out of it.
Blades are a little blunt. I need to drill this bigger hole for the head of the bolt to go through, because the bolts aren't that long. I need the head of the bolt down in here somewhere, so bigger hole.
Do you need me to hold it, or you're right?
Okay, so it's all rigged up there. You get the idea now how that's going to work. We're not sure if this rope is going to be strong enough, but we're going to give it a go first. If the rope, obviously I'm not going to go under it, that'd be stupid, but if the rope doesn't hold up, then we'll have to go and buy some high strength towing ropes or something, but we're going to see how it goes with this one first. Just little bits. There you go. Not a hope in hell. We're going to have to get some stronger towing ropes, and then we'll be able to lift that up, because that is one heavy log. Well, we've woken up to a very rainy morning, as you can see, and that rain's set to hang around for another few days yet, so we're not going to be getting back up to the block for the next few days. We did, however, go down to Bunnings and get some of this rope. 2.5 ton breaking strain, So when that's doubled up, that's 5 ton breaking strain. I can't see that breaking when we try to lift that log. So we've just got to wait for the next dry day, and then we'll get back up there and we'll give it another go. But I'm going to wrap up the video now. I'll get this out, and you'll have to wait until next week's video to see us lift that log. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. Take care. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you again in another week's time. Cheers.